My first job. In this third learning activity of English.Works 9, you will learn about direct and indirect questions in complex tag questions. You will also learn about vocabulary related to customer service. Introductory material. Dear learner, in this opportunity, you will learn about the grammar rules for asking indirect questions and special cases regarding tag questions. You will also learn about phone sales, giving line support, and how to deal with complaints in the context of customer service. Please read the information that follows and do the exercises, so that by the end of the activity, you will have grasped the concepts related to this learning activity. You will learn about 1. Direct and indirect questions. 2. Complex tag questions. 3. Customer service. Let's begin. 1. Direct and indirect questions. You already know how to ask questions such as, what's your name? Do you have any brothers or sisters? Will you come to party? Did you do your homework? These kind of questions are called direct questions, and you normally ask them directly to a person you know. Now, imagine you are in a foreign country, lost downtown and looking for directions. You will ask a complete stranger for directions, and so you will be polite and actually ask for a favor. To do so, you will use a polite opener. Normally, they are introduced by phrases like, do you know? Could you tell me? Would you mind? I'd like to know, among others. Then you ask your question. Here's an example. Excuse me, do you know where the hotel is? This question is an indirect question. Indirect questions have two parts: an introductory phrase, excuse me, do you know? And a question, where the hotel is? To sum up, we use indirect questions to ask for information to people we don't know or to be polite. Study the table below showing direct and indirect questions. Direct question, what time is it? Indirect question, can you tell me what time it is? Does she work? Do you know if she works? Will he come? I wonder if he will come. Did she write the book? Do you know if she wrote the book? In a way of speaking, indirect questions are not normal questions. They are embedded in a major question or statement. They follow some special rules in the question. They have the affirmative sentence word order. Direct, what time is it? Indirect, can you tell me what time it is? They do not use auxiliary verbs in the question part. Direct, does she work? Indirect, do you know if she works? Sometimes they do not take the question mark. Direct, will he come? Indirect, I wonder if he will come. When the direct question has an auxiliary verb, the main verb in the indirect question takes its sense. Direct, did she write the book? Indirect, do you know if she wrote the book? The following is a list of introductory phrases you can use when asking indirect questions. Could you tell me? Can you remember? I wonder. I'd like to know. I'm not sure if. Do you have an idea? Do you think? I don't know. Please tell me. I need to find out. 2. Complex tag questions. A tag question is a shorter question added to a bigger sentence. An affirmative sentence has a negative tag and vice versa. They keep the same grammar tense and they keep the same subject as the sentence they accompany. Now, we are going to look at some special cases. A. When we want somebody to follow our advice, we use imperatives, and the tags are these. Don't work so much, will you? Stay alert. won't you? Note, in this case, we follow the affirmative negative rule, but we use will instead of do. B. When we want to express surprise, we do not change the tag. That was an amazing dinner, wasn't it? Note, in this case, the tag has the same polarity as the sentence. The pattern is affirmative, affirmative. C. When the sentence has an indefinite pronoun, the tag takes the personal pronoun they and the plural form of the verb. Everybody likes sunrises, don't they? Everybody is late today, aren't they? Note, indefinite pronouns are everybody, anybody, everyone, and anyone. D. When we express our opinions using I think, the tag takes the form of the next sentence. I think it is important to be punctual, isn't it? I think people need to be more polite, don't they? Note, it happens also with opinion verbs such as think, consider, believe, and feel. E. When we use have as a modal verb, the tag takes the auxiliary do, does, did, will, according to the sentence. She has to pay the bills, doesn't she? Sally had to leave early, didn't she? They have to do homework, don't they? He won't have to visit, will he? Note, it does not happen with other modal verbs such as must, should, or can. F. When we want to tag an I am sentence, we use are plus I. I am so intelligent, aren't I? Note, although we know that the verb form are does not go with the pronoun I, this is an exception since you cannot contract am not, but you can contract are not, as in the example above. 3. Customer service. The contact between a customer and a company is a key element for the success of the business. Customer service is aimed to supply customers' wants and needs with the intention to provide added benefits such as complaint policy, phone selling, and technical support. Attending to provide assistance in a positive way needs to take into consideration the points described next by keeping in mind the importance to improve customers' experience getting certain service or product. A. Dealing with complaints. Complaint policies recognize the importance of allowing customers to express their dissatisfaction towards the product or the service. Such policies have some steps to fix problems as quickly as possible depending on the area in charge as follows. Apologize for the situation. Listen to the customer and allow him or her to express dissatisfaction. Then apologize and show genuine interest in the complaint. I'm sorry to hear that. What exactly was the problem? Find out exactly what is wrong. Elicit customers' answers to clarify the problem and its causes. Ask open questions to gather the required information. Have you tried talking to bank to check your last payments? Have you had this difficulty before? Promise action as soon as possible. Give a limited period of time to resolve the problem. However, do not forget to be honest and realistic in your answer. I'm afraid we can't help you at the moment. Could you leave your phone number and address? We'll contact you soon. Show you understand the problem. Right, I see. I must apologize for the inconvenience. I totally understand why you're upset. I'm deeply sorry about it. B. Phone selling. Imagine you have an excellent product or service that is useful for many people. Those are the key elements for promoting a product or a service. However, this is not enough to sell them. You need to persuade customers to buy them, and thus, you need to identify sales skills to make an effective sales process. These steps focus on Confidence. Salesperson's attitude influences customers' decision to buy. Make a good first impression involves greeting. A warm and confident greeting helps you to establish communication. Good morning. This is Joanna Garcia, and I'm calling you from Extreme Services. Good afternoon. I wonder how you have been today. Hello, this is Joanna Garcia, and I'm calling you from Extreme Services. Direct value statements. The customer does not know why you're calling. Explain they can get a benefit if they hold online and listen to you. Do not mention the product or service. Use your body language and tone of voice to persuade them to listen. I'm calling to let you know how you can save money and travel at the same time. I wonder if you already know about a solution to save money and travel at the same time. I'd like to know if you're familiar with our Travel and Save program. Permission to proceed. You have to check if the customer is available to listen. He may be interested in your product but busy at the moment you're calling. Try to offer another time to communicate in case the customer is doing something else. I wonder if we can talk for a few moments. I'd like to know if this is a good time to talk. Do you think you have a few moments? I need to find out if you would like to hear more details. Giving support online. Effective communication involves listening and speaking skills. Support agents require effective strategies to identify customers' problem and provide the appropriate feedback to solve the problem. In order to do so, they use a sincere greeting. Try to engage the customer by showing an authentic concern about the customer's problem. It is an icebreaker which can help to elicit key aspects about clients' concern. This is Joanna from Stream Services Support. Thank you very much for contacting us. How can I help you? Build understanding. Emphasize with the customer bearing in mind his point of view and show you are aware of the situation. Using your own words to paraphrase the problem displays your ability to let the customer feel identified and recognized. It sounds like you have had a very frustrating experience using our services, but I think I can help you with this delayed payment. Be honest. Give real information and provide effective support to solve the problem. Do not try to convince the customer through lame explanations. In case you do not know the answer, try to get the customer in contact with the area in charge. Now, I'm going to check your last payment due date. Please stay on the line. Response time length. Explain to the customer how long he has to hold on for every step you have to carry out to help him. We have technical problems updating our platform. I cannot see the information you need. I'm going to put you through the area in charge. Please hold. Keep your promises. Call back if you agree to do so. Your problem was successfully solved. We will contact you in the following 24 hours to give you the tracking number once the platform has processed your request. Vocal skills. Your voice can help you to persuade customers by asking for information and asking for agreement. Rising intonation in a tag question means you are not sure about the answer and you want to know it. You like low interest rates, don't you? Falling intonation shows you are checking information. You like low interest rates, don't you? Contextualization. Read the following conversation between John and Joanna.
How are you doing, Joanna?
So far, so good. What about you?
I'm a bit worried. I'm running out of money and my parents can't give me more.
I see. Why don't you try finding a job? It'll increase your income.
Well, I don't have any experience. I think it is hard to find a job with that kind of profile. isn't it?
It depends. When I got my current job, I didn't have any experience at all.
Really? Can you tell me how you did it?
Sure, I applied for the job and they trained me. Easy, wasn't it? And they are looking for new hires.
Wow. Do you think I can apply?
Of course, they need people for the customer service call center, and training is on them.
I see. Is it difficult?
Not really. There are three areas to work with: dealing with complaints, phone sales, and customer service.
I'm a good listener, aren't I? Do you think I can deal with complaints?
Easily, but you have to manage all three skills. For example, phone sales are very important for the company.
I imagine. I'd like to know what phone sales is all about.
Well, it is basically to persuade customers to buy more products.
I see. I'm good at convincing people. And the other two skills?
The most important quality for them is patience.
Really? Well, I think I'm a patient person, but I wonder why you say so.
You have to deal with angry customers most of the time, and if you're not patient, you might treat them badly, and they are very important for extreme services.
That's the name of the company, isn't it?
Yes, it is. John, I'd like to know, do you have some free time this afternoon?